Phil Spencer's dismissal of exclusive games is like a chef claiming that unique dishes won't attract new customers. It's a ludicrous opinion. It's wrong, and in my opinion, it doesn't make sense. Head of Xbox Phil Spencer doesn't believe that exclusive games matter anymore. According to him, there isn't a world where Starfield is an 11 out of 10 and people start selling their PS5s. It's not true that if we go off and build great games, that console shares would shift in a dramatic way, he claims. This idea that if we just focus on great games, that we would win the console race. Right off the bat, I'll say that Phil Spencer is wrong. It's idiotic. Listening to his statements and defeatist attitude was like hearing nails on a chalkboard amplified by 1,000. It was unbearable. It isn't true, and in my opinion, if Xbox continues to ignore the importance of exclusive games, they might as well throw the towel and call it quits. And in this video, I'm going to prove why I think so. Exclusive games are the magnets that attract gamers to a console, drawing them in with the promise of unique and exciting experiences. There's no denying it. They provide unique experiences and often showcase the full potential of a console's hardware. Gamers may choose a specific platform solely based on the availability of exclusive games that they are interested in playing, and exclusives, in my opinion, can still play a significant role in a console's success, even in today's diverse gaming landscape with competitors like Fortnite and Apex. Look, at the heart of the issue, it's not really about Xbox versus PlayStation. Not at all. It's about what gamers want and need. It's about expectations. It's about what we have and what we don't have. We want engaging and quality experiences. That's it. Competition can drive innovation and progress, but it's equally important for each platform to focus on its own strengths and improvements rather than just trying to surpass one another. Xbox fans are craving for high-quality, exclusive games. Xbox shouldn't just strive to be better than PlayStation. It should strive to be better than itself. It should strive to be better than Xbox. It should focus on what it does best, innovate where it can, and consistently deliver on the promise of great gaming experiences. As for the current state of Xbox, it's true that there is a perceived gap between Xbox and PlayStation when it comes to exclusive games. However, being behind does not mean that the situation is hopeless like Phil Spencer implies. On the contrary, it should serve as a motivation to redouble your efforts and strive for progress. In the technology world and entertainment, the tide can turn quickly, and the Wii U showed us this. Before even considering the task of surpassing Sony, Xbox needs to focus on itself, on self-improvement. It's like preparing for a marathon. You don't start by worrying about how fast the others are running. You start by building your endurance, improving your own speed, and planning your own strategy. Similarly, Xbox needs to strengthen its game library, nurture its relationships with its own developers, listen to its audience, and overall, deliver on its own promises. To better understand the importance of exclusive games, let's use an analogy. Think of gaming consoles as a restaurant, and the games themselves as the dishes served. If all restaurants served the same dishes, there would be no difference. There would be no incentive for customers to choose one restaurant over the other. However, if a restaurant offers a signature dish, a special item that cannot be found anywhere else, it attracts customers who want to try that experience. I'm not sure why Phil Spencer is acting so clueless here. Similarly, exclusive games act as the signature dishes for a gaming console. They offer experiences that cannot be found on competing platforms, which gives gamers a compelling reason to choose one console over the other. As gaming has evolved over the years, the importance of a diverse and high-quality library of games has become even more significant. Exclusive games that showcase the full potential of a console's hardware can generate excitement and intrigue among gamers, driving sales and helping to establish a strong and loyal fan base for the platform. The struggles faced by the Xbox ecosystem, in my opinion, can be partially attributed to the lack of highly rated AAA exclusive games. While Xbox has seen some success with games like Forza Horizon and Gears 5, it hasn't released an exclusive title with universal acclaim such as an 11 out of 10 game in quite some time. The last game that came close to this level of praise and popularity was probably Halo Reach, and that's sad, or even the first Titanfall game. But even those games had their fair share of controversy among fans and lacked the staying power that previous 360 games were able to maintain. In contrast, competitors like PlayStation have managed to secure a variety of critical acclaim exclusive titles, such as The Last of Us 2, God of War, and Spider-Man. These games have not only generated excitement and interest among gamers, but have also played a significant role in driving console sales and creating a loyal fan base for the PlayStation platform. What about the Wii U? And this is how I am positive that Phil Spencer is wrong. Wii U struggled to find a broad audience and experienced underwhelming sales throughout its lifetime. One of the main reasons for the Wii U's lackluster performance was its limited library of exclusive games, which failed to attract customers. Recognizing the need for change, Nintendo made a comeback with the release of the Nintendo Switch in 2017, and a major factor contributing to the Switch's success was its strong lineup of exclusive games. They didn't just throw their hands up in the air and say, "Oh, exclusive games don't matter anymore." No! What did they do? Nintendo doubled down. They went even further on creating memorable experiences that can only be found on their platform. And this strategy paid off tremendously. Think about The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, Splatoon 2, Mario Kart 8, the Smash Bros. Continuation, and of course Animal Crossing. And that's actually the reason I bought a Switch for myself. So for those who agree with Spencer, you're wrong. It's impossible. Xbox is trying to be different and blah blah blah. No, stop. Cut it out. The Xbox platform needs to invest in high-quality, exclusive games to remain competitive in the gaming market. By focusing on creating memorable experiences that can only be found on Xbox, the platform can recapture the attention of gamers and potentially drive console sales forward. Just as a restaurant needs to continually innovate and offer unique dishes to stand out from its competition, a gaming console is the same way. It must deliver exclusive titles that differentiate it from its rivals and provide a compelling reason for gamers to choose it over the other platforms. So yes, Phil Spencer is wrong. Why does Phil Spencer think exclusive games don't matter? Maybe he's just trying to justify why he's so bad at them. Phil Spencer said exclusive games don't matter. I guess he also thinks a soccer team doesn't need a goalie. Phil Spencer says exclusive games don't matter. In other news, barbers declare that haircuts are overrated. Phil Spencer thinks exclusive games don't matter, just like a chef who thinks salt is optional. Enjoy your bland meal. Enjoy your terrible games that you release, like Redfall. What are we doing here? Phil Spencer is so wrong on this topic that his own assertion that exclusive games don't matter can be countered by looking back at the success of Xbox 360, which was partly driven by its strong lineup of exclusive games. Think about it. Remember, titles like Halo 3, Bioshock, Left 4 Dead, Gears of War, Fable 2, Dead Rising, Alan Wake played a crucial role in propelling the 360 to the forefront of gaming. Halo 3, arguably the best Halo game ever created, and I would argue to this day that it's still better than Halo 5 Guardians and Halo Infinite in terms of gameplay, physics, map design, narrative, and gameplay mechanics. Millions and millions of players online daily, which in itself made it a juggernaut in the FPS franchise that stood up against the likes of Call of Duty and other competing FPS titles like Battlefield. Bioshock, this atmospheric first-person shooter, captivated gamers with its unique setting in the underwater city of Rapture and its engaging narrative with the Big Daddies and the Little Sisters. Although it was initially released as an Xbox 360 and Windows exclusive, it later came to the PlayStation platform. Bioshock still garnered critical acclaim and commercial success, demonstrating the impact of high-quality exclusives on console sales. Left 4 Dead, my favorite. Left 4 Dead was an Xbox 360 and PC exclusive that introduced cooperative gameplay in the zombie apocalypse setting. Its innovative gameplay mechanics and focus on teamwork made it an instant hit. I bought this on release day, not expecting to play something as memorable as I did. This further solidified the 360's reputation as a platform for the king of the FPS genre and unique gaming experiences. To this day, there are still Left 4 Dead inspired games that still cannot match the amazing experiences offered by Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. Back in high school, there were entire groups of kids who would literally play Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 and form their own cliques. I remember I was there. What about Gears of War? As one of 360's strongest flagship titles, Gears of War showcased the console's graphical capabilities and brought a fresh take to the third-person shooter genre. The game's success not only contributed to the 360's sales, but it also spawned a popular franchise that remains synonymous with the Xbox brand to this day. Gears is personally in my top 5 gaming franchises to this day, and it's sad that Gears 4 and Gears 5 do not have the staying power that the original trilogy once had. Gears of War 3 was insane. What about Fable 2? I got this for Christmas one year. An action RPG developed by Lionhead Studios allowed players to shape their character's destiny through choices and actions. The immersive gaming world, deep story, and innovative gameplay mechanics made it stand out as a title for the Xbox 360, attracting both new and returning fans of the series. It was huge.
Be feared, be worshipped, be mocked, be loved, be a legend.
Alan Wake, the psychological thriller developed by Remedy Entertainment, was an Xbox 360 exclusive that blended horror, action, and storytelling. to create a unique experience. Alan Wake's intriguing narrative and atmospheric setting further diversified the 360's library and appeal to gamers looking for a different type of gaming experience. Unbelievable. I can't believe he said this. Dismissing exclusive games is like a musician claiming that their unique sound doesn't matter, but it's what distinguishes them from the rest and draws in their audience. It's like a theme park saying that exclusive attractions don't matter, yet it's what brings visitors to their park over the others. I'm sure I missed some. It doesn't matter. I don't care. You get the point. These exclusive titles, among others, contributed to the Xbox 360's success by offering gamers unique and compelling experiences that were not available on competing platforms. They demonstrated the power of exclusive games in driving console sales and building a loyal fan base. Let's prove my point even further against Phil Spencer. Check out this Xbox Live activity list from 2009. The Xbox Live activity list displayed the most popular games of any given week, and just glance at how many exclusive games there are on this list. Xbox was killing it here. Thus, it can be argued once again that Phil Spencer's statement underestimates the importance of exclusive games in the current gaming landscape. He's either lying, damage controlling, or he does not know what he's talking about, and to be honest, I think it could be a mixture of all three. Investing in high-quality AAA exclusive titles remains a viable strategy for capturing the attention of gamers and maintaining a competitive edge in the industry. Likewise, this is also a double-edged sword. Think about it. If exclusive games can cause people to come to your platform, in theory, wouldn't the opposite be true? Wouldn't it be safe to assume that not creating any good games at all would convince your audience to leave instead? It's like going to a restaurant and realizing the entire menu is terrible. Hey, we tried this meal and it was undercooked. We tried this other dish and it just didn't taste good. Would you keep going to that same restaurant over and over again, or would you just discard it entirely? Even more so, giving it a negative word of mouth. Hey, how was your meal at restaurant ABC? Oh man, the pizza was cold, the service was trash, and the food came out cold. The same thing applies to Xbox and its exclusive games. It has the opposite effect. When you produce low quality titles like Redfall, Halo Infinite, when was the last time you heard someone say that they play Xbox because of its games? You haven't. Common things I hear on social media are, well, wow, Xbox has no games. Xbox is trash. There's no good games. Halo, Gears of War, and Forza Machine is boring, amongst other negative connotations. This issue is that the people aren't wrong. Here are some of Xbox One's releases. Let's quickly go over them. Halo 5 Guardians. One of the primary reasons why Halo 5 didn't do as well as expected was the campaign story. Fans felt like it was weak and lacked the depth and character development of the previous Halo games. Additionally, the removal of local split-screen multiplayer was met with significant backlash from longtime fans. Mechanics such as infinite sprint, ground pound, ADS, and thrusters further deviated from the original trilogy that was most popular amongst fans, which in turn divided the Halo community. What about Halo the Master Chief Collection? At launch, the game suffered from severe matchmaking and multiplayer issues, making it nearly unplayable for many players. What? It works fine now. Well, guess what? I was there. I went to the midnight release with a friend, came home, installed the game, and couldn't play matchmaking for about a year after release. The user experience was marred by bugs and glitches, which took a long time for the developers to fix. 343, terrible company. This significantly impacted the game's reputation, even though many of these issues were eventually resolved. Then there's Forza Horizon 5 and 6 in the Horizon series. Well, remember, those don't count. We don't need more Forza. We need more games, more IPs, better experiences. That falls into the general stereotype of Xbox only making Gears, Halo, and racing games. Quantum Break. Quantum Break was praised for its unique time manipulation mechanics, but the game was criticized for its linear gameplay and lack of player choice. Additionally, the integration of live action episodes to tell the story wasn't well received by everyone, and some found the narrative confusing. Sunset Overdrive. It was okay, but it wasn't an 11 out of 10 system seller. We need one. Not even close. Ori and the Blind Forest. Nope, doesn't count. That's an indie game. Gears 4. Microtransactions filled to the brim. Failed to match the expectations set by the original trilogy by a mile with the new developers of the Coalition. Gears 5 deviated even further and ruined the Nashor with constant updates. Multiplayer died fast with intrusive microtransactions, again lacking the staying power that was once held within the original trilogy of Gears of War games. Sea of Thieves. Terrible in the beginning, but has now grown into something interesting. Finally, Xbox did something right.
I don't see it.
The story!
Am I looking at this wrong?
Enemies besides skeletons. I see skeletons and skeletons. More skeletons.
State of Decay 2, indie game, Rise Son of Rome. Rise was praised for its visuals and graphics, but the game's repetitive gameplay and shallow combat mechanics left many players feeling underwhelmed. It had terrible review scores, the lack of depth in the story, and the short campaign length also contributed to the game's overall mixed reception. Dead Rising 3. While Dead Rising 3 did receive positive reviews for its open-world design and variety of weapons, the game was criticized for its uninteresting story, forgettable characters, and technical issues. The game also removed some of the defining features like the time-restricted mechanics from previous entries, which some fans felt took away from the series' unique appeal. Then there's Crackdown 3. Crackdown 3 was delayed multiple times, which hurt its reputation before it even launched. When it finally released, the game was criticized for its dated visuals, underwhelming story, repetitive gameplay. It was terrible. Additionally, the much-touted cloud power destruction in multiplayer mode didn't live up to the hype, leaving players once again feeling disappointed. Fable Legends, you remember that one? Cancelled. Fable Legends was ultimately cancelled, so it never had the chance to succeed or fail in the market. However, the game's development was troubled with reports of mismanagement and a shift in focus from the single-player, story-driven experience of previous Fable games that were successful to a more multiplayer, free-to-play model that was inspired by microtransactions. This change in direction alienated many longtime fans of the series. Scalebound, cancelled. These examples demonstrate the effects of the lack of consistent, high-quality exclusive on the Xbox platform. By releasing games that are incomplete, underwhelming, or even outright cancelled, Microsoft is essentially turning away its potential customers. It's like inviting someone to a banquet, but serving them leftovers instead. Not only are they likely to leave unsatisfied, but they might also tell their friends about their bad experience, further damaging your reputation. This is why cancelled games, terrible games, and games ridden with microtransactions can be so damaging to the Xbox ecosystem. They represent broken promises and missed opportunities. They create a narrative of uncertainty and unreliability around Xbox exclusives that can deter gamers from investing in the platform. It's like planning a trip based on a promising travel brochure, only to arrive and find out that half the attractions are closed. The disappointment is palpable and can significantly affect future decisions. The launch of the Xbox Series X, while technically impressive, has been marked by a glaring absence of compelling lineup of exclusive games. The importance of exclusive titles as a system seller can't be overstated. Think of it like a cinema having the best seats and sound system but no exclusive movie screenings. It misses the point entirely. The lack of Xbox exclusives on the Series X at launch and in the months since then has been a significant disappointment. The console itself is a powerful piece of hardware with lots of potential. But without exclusive titles that fuel the engine, it can't truly demonstrate its capabilities of differentiating itself from the competition. The shortage of Xbox exclusive games has resulted in a lukewarm reception from gamers who are left asking, why should I even buy a Series X in the first place? It's like being offered a state-of-the-art kitchen but not having any unique recipes to cook. It's the same thing. The hardware might be impressive, but without software to match and live up to its expectations, you aren't getting the full potential. The failure of Halo Infinite, which was supposed to be the flagship title for the Xbox Series X, was a significant blow. This would have been a powerful exclusive game to showcase the capabilities of the new system and draw gamers into the Xbox ecosystem. Instead, its delay and failure left a vacuum in the lineup that has yet to be adequately filled. Even more so, some of the announced exclusive games like Fable, State of Decay 3, and Avowed are still shrouded in mystery with no definitive release dates. This lack of a clear roadmap further exacerbates the feeling of uncertainty around the Xbox Series X's exclusive offerings. In the gaming industry, where competition is fierce and gamers have multiple platforms to choose from, having compelling, exclusive games is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's the difference between running a successful restaurant with a unique, flavorful menu versus one with generic, bland dishes. As always, I'd like to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the commentary. Remember to like, share, comment your thoughts, opinions on the video, and of course, subscribe to Weapons Grade for more content about the future of Halo and gaming in general. Peace.